Maybe we'll head up in this direction. Oh, this is so creepy. That door has just closed. Well, I think this is the way out here. Hello? Fuck that! What the fuck was that?
Exploring abandoned buildings take a certain kind of person. But walking into a massive derelict hospital alone at night is something else entirely. What happened to one urban explorer during what was supposed to be a Halloween special is the kind of thing that's hard to watch without feeling genuinely unsettled. This footage has a way of making you think twice about what might be sitting in the dark corners of places that have been left to rot. The YouTube channel is called The Bearded Explorer. The person running it is known for going into decaying and historically significant locations alone and documenting what he finds before those places disappear entirely.
Tonight I am on my own in the Hassel hospital and we are going to be exploring all the creepy parts of this building. Now I had to sneak in through the basement tonight because the security are on the gate and they are absolutely 100% hot people coming in here now. So I had to be a little bit James Bond to get in here, but I'm in here. We're going to get up to the main entrance, go and check this place out. Okay guys, we are now inside the main building. Now this was the old entrance where the train track, which you can still see on the floor, ran all the way down to the church through those two blue doors in front of me. And behind me, that's from the docks. Like I said before, they used to bring the injured sailors on the trains, carriages, I don't know, on here. If they could be treated, they would be taken into the wards, and if they couldn't, they would go straight down to the church and get buried. And there is a mass grave out there. 10,000 people buried.
Forgotten military institution. The kind of buildings that most people drive past without slowing down. And on a dark Halloween night, the bearded explorer made his way into the Hassel hospital alone, intending to push into its most unsettling corners and see what he could find.
Many times. And the only thing that I've ever really seen in here is that photograph, which I tagged in the last picture in that hallway. I can't help but feel that there's somebody walking right behind me. It's really creepy. And what we're going to do, we're going to walk through this area and we're going to go into the gymnasium, which is up here on the left. And we're going to have a look in there first, and then we're going to go upstairs and check out all the MRI scanners.
He was already uneasy moving through that corridor. Long, dark, the kind of hallway that makes sound behave strangely. He described the sensation of someone keeping a pace directly behind him, close enough that he kept turning around. Nothing was there. He pushed forward, anyway, heading towards the gymnasium. Then something stopped him completely. A heavy door slowly swung shut on its own.
Paint pill in here, it's unbelievable. There is actually a little bit of a breeze on those curtains, which is strange because there's no wind in here. This is where I've just walked past, but look at it, it's moving on its own. That's really bizarre because there's not even a window open here.
No wind. The building was completely sealed. He stood there and confirmed it. There was no reasonable explanation for what just happened. That was the moment it became clear he wasn't alone in there. And it didn't stop there, moving anywhere in the entire building. It was swinging gently, steady, in a room with no air, no movement whatsoever. He kept moving up to the higher floors.
It is still here. So this, guys, is a real human liver. I know it's disgusting, but it is very rare the sort of thing you'd only see in a museum. But here it is in Hassel Hospital. It's been here for years. Now apparently there used to be a museum here where this came from. There was also some stillborns, there were some shrunken heads. It was a very weird collection of stuff.
Where the scanning rooms and operating theaters were the kind of space that carries a specific weight to them, even in daylight.
I think that all of this stuff is in here, all the paperwork. Oh my God, what the hell was that? It felt like I bumped into someone, but there's no one there. Whoa, okay, freak out. Whew, okay. There's nobody there. It felt like I bumped into someone, but there's nobody there. There is nobody there. Oh my God. There's definitely nobody there. Okay, it was nothing. It was nothing.
Rooms where serious things happened to people who didn't always make it out. He was picking his way through a cluttered room when something made him lunge backward. Suddenly, without warning.
That sounded like footsteps. That really sounded like footsteps. Like that, what I'm doing now, that's exactly what I just heard. Okay, that was really, really creepy. That was really creepy. I'm sure I just heard that.
He pushed on, moving through another empty corridor. He heard it, footsteps, clear and distinct in the silence, echoing at almost exactly the same pace as his own, like something was matching him step for step. And this wasn't just a hallway. On a previous visit to this same building, he had taken a photo in the exact corridor. In it, standing in the darkness, was what looked unmistakably like a small girl.
And I took about 3 or 4 pictures, and you could quite distinctively see what looks like a little girl stood around about here, like there somewhere. Now I'm going to put the pictures here now. So there's 1 and 2. If you look closely, it almost looks like she's turned around and she's turned her head looking towards me. Now those pictures have not been messed around with. That is pure as you can get, and I know that's real for 100% fact. The way out here. Right, I don't know if you heard that then, but that fucking sounded like... Hello? This is absolute bullshit. There is no way I just fucking heard that. I'm sorry I'm swearing, guys, but I do swear when I get scared. What the hell is this? Oh, fuck! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? There's no way that has just happened. There is no way that is... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the hell? What the hell? Right, you've just seen that with your own eyes. I have not touched that. There is nobody else here. What the fuck was that? How the hell did that happen? Okay, that was really, really scary. I didn't like that. I really did. I'm so sorry I swore then, but that really did scare me. That was horrible. Fuck that. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. No, 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 no. What the fuck is going on? It sounds like loads of people. What the fuck is going on? There's no way that just happened. There's no way. There is fucking no way that just happened. There's no one fucking in there. There's no way anyone could have been in there. Okay, I am getting out of here. That. I'm gone.
Sound of multiple footsteps running in a room he had just confirmed was empty, in a building he had entered alone. That was enough. Whatever composure he had left dissolved completely, and he ran. Not a cautious retreat. He ran and didn't stop until he was away from that building. He made it out physically unharmed, But the question of what was in there with him doesn't have a clean answer. The thousands of people who died within those walls over the years left something behind. Whether that's what he encountered or whether it was something else entirely is difficult to say. What isn't difficult to say is that whatever was in that hospital made itself known in the most aggressive way it could. And it was clear from that moment, that first door slammed, that visitors aren't welcome there. A secluded cabin can feel exactly like what you need, away from everything, quiet, isolated. But isolation cuts both ways. For two friends, what was supposed to be a straightforward ghost hunt weekend in a remote cabin turned into something they were remotely prepared for. Not paranormal, something worse, something actually real.
Almost 4 in the morning. There's something outside making noise. It sounds like an animal. I woke Steve up. Steve heard it too. It's happened like 3 or 4 times now where we hear like kind of like a cry, like it sounds like a scream or something. There it is again. Dude, I'm gonna throw my shirt on.
You know what a coyote sounds like? That ain't fucking coyote.
No, I don't think that's a coyote. It sounds weird though.
Dude, I'm not going. I know you don't like bears, man. I ain't going out there with a fucking.
No.
Your piece. We're gonna look for this shit.
Let's no, I got the guns right here. I'm gonna get dressed. We'll go take a look with the flashlights out the window. Maybe we'll be able to see what it is.
Dude, you're not fucking.
No,
I'm not fucking around. I fucking swear. Dude, reach your fucking. Fucking bullshit.
Turn on.
Hello.
I don't think I'm going back to sleep, to be honest with you.
Wing to push it open? Like what?
No,
Here's a pull. Here's a twisted pull.
that's not easy to open. So we already checked everywhere in here. We turned on all the lights. We went in every single bathroom. We went in every single closet. We walked around the whole place with the guns. Checked everything. Nobody's inside here.
It was an animal. He knew that immediately. It was a human scream. Loud, desperate, in a way that is difficult to... They turned their attention to the woods, flashlights cutting through the rain, trying to find something solid in the darkness. And then a thought settled in that made everything feel different. The Airbnb, listen. Their exact location had been publicly visible to anyone who looked. This didn't feel accidental. It felt targeted. And then the screams came again, closer this time. Human in a way that left absolutely no room for doubt. Whatever story they had told themselves about strange noises and paranormal activity was gone. There was a person out there, in the dark, in the middle of nowhere, miles from any kind of help. The only thing standing between them and that person was that they were carrying a weapon and had the decision to hold their ground. Ghosts don't track your location. They don't show up in rain with intent. People do. Whoever was out there that night was never caught, never identified. What they wanted remains unknown, and that unanswered question has a way of staying with you. Sometimes the most dangerous thing in the dark isn't something you can't explain. Sometimes it's something you can. Adam runs a YouTube channel called Adam Mark Explores. He goes into haunted and forgotten locations, old asylums, decaying estates, places that have been left to fall apart with their history still sealed inside. And he documents whatever he finds. He brings paranormal equipment. He makes contact attempts, and he puts it all on camera. During a trip to North Wales, he came across a farmhouse that had been sitting untouched for decades. Everything exactly where it had been left. Personal belongings still in place, as though the family had simply stepped outside and never returned. What Adam encountered inside the farmhouse was something he wasn't prepared for.
And it looks absolutely amazing. Gonna head inside, check out what's left, see if anybody remains in this house, and see if we can help them move on. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
So we've got the spirit talker going at the same time. K2's just decided to go on a mad trip. Just going to take a look around the place, see what we can find, see if anyone wants to contact us. I mean, there's no electricity in this house whatsoever.
No.
So that's wild, that going off like that.
Oh, I was going to say it stopped. No.
Downstairs is pitch black in here. Establish that there is some sort of EMF.
I shouldn't be dead.
You shouldn't be dead? Why shouldn't you be dead? Did you pass away suddenly? Accidentally? Is there a child here with us today? Do you mind us being in your house? As we said, we don't mean any disrespect being here. We're not here to damage anything. We don't want to disrupt anything or take anything. We settled here. That said it just before we started filming. Oh, it was pool, not cool. I shouldn't be dead and agree.
Hurting.
Hurting. Are you in pain now? It's all women's names.
Yeah.
Lisa, Eliza and Natalie. But look at that doll. Oh. Okay, if there's anyone up in these bedrooms that would like to communicate with us.
Burden.
Burden. You feel like a burden? Girl's dress.
I like using this.
You like using this, that's very good. Are these your comics? Were you young when you passed away? I like using this.
Get out and leave.
What came through painted as a picture, a water, a fear, the inability to breathe, taken together pointed towards one explanation, a drowning somewhere on that property. The story of what had happened in that farmhouse was beginning to take shape in a way that was difficult to sit with.
Scared.
Scared. There could be little lakes around here. What are you scared of?
Can't breathe.
Okay, I'm around the water, scared, can't breathe. That's all very drowning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you pass away in water? I mean, I feel like we're talking to a kid.
You're dead inside.
Dead inside. Hell for leather.
Oh, I've got goosebumps all over me.
That's crazy.
Not dead.
We have the dead bell, we have the REM pod, which is already going off, and we have the music box, which is situated on the stairs there.
Wow.
Dead bell and the REM pod both going off. That's crazy.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
On command. I'm hiding here. Who are you hiding from? Was there something bad in this house? Maybe on the land? Yes. Could you tell us what it is somehow? That was like a moan. A cry.
Oh my god.
Then the tone changed. The spirit communicated that it was hiding, which whatever Katie was hiding from, it was also somewhere in that house, and it wasn't her. One of their fully charged lights died completely. No warning, no flickering, just dead, which in these investigations typically points to a spirit drawing on available energy to make itself more present. The intelligent responses kept coming. and among them, something that reframed everything that had happened in that farmhouse. Katie wanted to leave. She wasn't choosing to stay, she was stuck. Adam and Sean ended the investigation by attempting to help her. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any stories or videos you'd like to hear next, be sure to email it to me at pumpkinscarestories@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.